Hello, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel, and we're going to have some Saturday grappling with wrestling's finest PC game. We continue Super Tournament 1. Bout number 2, the Destroyer versus the Crusher from an undisclosed location, lights out, no DQ match. There will be blood, there will be suffering, and there will be a winner advancing in this tournament. From Buffalo, New York, wearing red trunks, standing 5'11", weighing 265 pounds, wearing the mask of Doom, the Destroyer. His opponent, in the black trunks, the wrestler who made Milwaukee famous, from South Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 5'11", 260 pounds, the Crusher. This is not sanctioned by any wrestling body. Once again, it is a lights-out, no DQ match. The winner advances in Super Tournament 1. Both grapplers are in the ring. The Destroyer would love to destroy the Crusher using his figure 4 leg lock. The Crusher's specialty, that pile driver, where he tries to break your neck. Here we go. Both wrestlers sizing one another up. The Destroyer has control. They wrap up. Now the Crusher takes control away from him. The Crusher immediately goes to the chokehold, right in front of the ref, but this is a no DQ contest. He continues to choke away, and now he tries to pull at the mask of the Destroyer. The Destroyer puts a knee into the midsection of the Crusher. The Destroyer is in control. Now the Crusher rakes the eyes of the Destroyer, throws him into the corner, and starts stomping away at the shoulder of the Destroyer, trying to reduce his stamina there. The Crusher goes at him. And in the corner, they just start banging away at one another. Back and forth they go. And now they tie up. The Destroyer and the Crusher try to lock up. And now they push one another away. The Destroyer goes for a kick. The Crusher, well schooled in that move, he counters. And nails the Destroyer with a closed-handed fist. The Destroyer goes back into the corner. The Crusher continues to pound away with the closed fist as the crowd counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Crusher stops, and again he pounds away. The Crusher continues to bang away. The referee's admonishing him, but this is a no DQ match. He looks to the crowd. He winds up with a big haymaker, and the Destroyer blocks it. He goes for the counter. He puts a knee to the Crusher. He gets him in the vertical suplex. The Crusher high in the air. Blood flowing to the Crusher's head. And boom to the mat. The Destroyer goes for the pin.
1, 2.
And the Crusher gets his shoulder up. The Destroyer looking to set up his specialty move. He gets the Crusher off his feet. He gets him in the airplane spin. Around and around they go. The crowd is oohing and eyeing. And he slams the Crusher to the mat once again. Will he hook the leg?
1, 2.
And the Crusher gets his shoulder up. You gotta hook the leg. The Destroyer throws the Crusher out of the ring. Both wrestlers come back in the ring. The Destroyer puts a boot to the Crusher's midsection. Now rakes his eyes. He puts him in the abdominal stretch. The Crusher pleading, trying to get out of it. The referee's asking the Crusher, will he submit? And the Crusher reaches out and barely gets the ropes. The Destroyer whips the Crusher into the ropes. High knee to the face of the Crusher. The Crusher takes a one-step spin, and to the canvas he goes. The Destroyer having his way with the Crusher, the man who made Milwaukee, Wisconsin famous. And now the Destroyer plays to the crowd. Crusher still trying to clear his head. Now the Crusher sneaks up behind the Destroyer. Double-fisted axe chop. And now the Crusher clamps on the body scissors as he took the Destroyer to the mat. But they get back to their feet. Good move by the Destroyer. The Crusher looking to lay a boot to the Destroyer. But to no avail. The Destroyer counters it and throws the Crusher out of the ring over the top rope to the oohs and ahs of the fans. Wrestlers on the outside of the ring. The Destroyer grabs the ringside bell and boom! He nails the Crusher, and the Crusher goes crashing to the floor. The Destroyer stomping away now on the Crusher. And now he is choking the Crusher. The Crusher outside the ring being choked by the Destroyer. Referee again admonishes the Destroyer, but this is a no DQ lights out match. Back into the ring they go. The Destroyer smashes the Crusher's head into the turnbuckle over and over again as they count 1, 2, 3, and now the Destroyer pulls the Crusher by the hair and boom with the right hand. To the canvas goes the Crusher. The Destroyer goes for the pin. Doesn't wrap the legs though. And there, too close to the ropes in the corner, the Crusher puts his leg on the ropes and the count is stopped. It's been all Destroyer. We are 5 minutes and 30 seconds into this bout. No time limit. The Destroyer, boom with the headbutt. Right in the face of the Crusher. The Crusher goes down to a knee. The Crusher taking a beating early here in this match. The Destroyer looking to set up his specialty move. He takes the Crusher off his feet with a quick move. Spinning toe hold. He drops it into the figure 4. The Crusher pounding away on the mat, trying to get out of it. The ref asking him, will he submit?
1, 2.
No submission, as he just barely reaches the ropes. The Destroyer does not want to let go. He continues to work on the figure 4. The Crusher in pain, in agony. And finally, the referee has to pry them apart. The Crusher trying to get back to his feet. The Destroyer admonishing the referee. The Destroyer has control and once again trying to set up that figure 4. The Crusher throws a haymaker. The Destroyer blocks it. And boom! He nails the Crusher. And again the Crusher goes to the canvas. It has all been the Destroyer, the man from upstate New York. The Destroyer on top of the Crusher pounding away. And now once again he's going to set up the figure 4. But this time the Crusher counters it. He kicks the Destroyer away. Gets to his feet. He limps towards the Destroyer. And he gouges the eyes. And he is raking the eyes over and over again. And now he goes for the mask. He goes for the mask. He sends the Destroyer into the ropes, and the Crusher, boom, with a big chop to the Destroyer's chest. Down to a knee goes the Destroyer. The Crusher moving in slowly to the Destroyer, back to his feet. Against the ropes, the Crusher now moves in, and the Destroyer lays a boot to his midsection. A shot to the head. That was a powerful forearm. The Crusher goes down, and the Destroyer starts stomping away on the man from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And just as that happens, the Crusher with a nut shot. The Destroyer loses control. Can the Crusher take advantage of it? No. He ties up in a headlock, but they get out of it. Now the Crusher tries to regroup. The Crusher again goes to the face rake. Over and over again as the Destroyer leans on the ropes. The Crusher again raking the face and now goes for the mask. The Crusher, with a punch to the throat, puts the Destroyer in a headlock, flips him to the canvas, maintains the headlock, tries to go for the pin, and the referee says illegal pin attempt. Again, unbelievable. The Crusher now pissed at the ref. The Crusher whips the Destroyer to the ropes, scoops him up, body press, potato slam, and the Crusher goes for the pin.
1, 2,
And the Destroyer just gets his leg up on the ropes. ID Gesture has found the undisclosed location for this lights out match, and he is here. And what a match it's been. The fans are enjoying this brutal contest. The Crusher's still limping around. Remember, the Destroyer put 2 figure 4s on him so far. And this gives the Destroyer an opportunity. But he loses control as he winds up and throws a haymaker. The Crusher blocks it, spins the Destroyer. And now, an uppercut forearm snaps the head of the Destroyer. The Destroyer goes back into the turnbuckle. The Crusher pursues. He has him in the corner, and he is pounding away with forearms to the chest as the Crusher slumps down into the corner. The Destroyer slumps down in the corner. The Crusher puts a boot to him. And now, he is choking. The Destroyer, and he continues to pound away with the boot. And now he drapes the Destroyer over the ropes, using the ropes for his illegal chokehold, but there's no illegality. It's a no-holds-barred, no DQ match. The Crusher coming back here. 10 minutes and 46 seconds. No time limit. Crusher goes for the scoop body slam, and boom to the canvas. The Crusher now plays to the crowd. That could be a huge mistake. The Destroyer getting back to his feet. And it is a samurai kick to the side of the head by the Destroyer as the Crusher turned around and flopped to the canvas he goes. The Destroyer has something in his hand. He has something in his hand. The Crusher getting up. The Destroyer looking to wind up. The Crusher blocks the shot. And he goes to the Nether Legions with a kick. And the Destroyer goes to his knees in pain. What a ball shot. Oh boy, the Crusher blocked what looked to be a punch coming with brass knuckles from the Destroyer. And then he nailed him below the belt where you don't want to get hit. The Crusher still fatigued here. He cannot take advantage. Both fighters tie each other up. Now they break. The Crusher catches the Destroyer coming off the ropes with a tremendous chop. Now he goes to the turnbuckle, off the turnbuckle, top of the head, axe handle chop. The Destroyer goes crashing to the canvas. The Crusher goes for the pin. Can he win here? Just under the 13-minute mark.
1, 2.
Oh, and the Destroyer just kicks out. What a turn of events here. The Crusher setting up. The Destroyer getting back to his feet. The Crusher behind him. He's stalking him, and he has put on the sleeper hold. The Destroyer waving away with his arm, trying to get to the ropes. The submission sleeper's on. The Crusher trying to put the Destroyer's lights out in advance here in Super Tournament 1. But a back leg kick by the Destroyer hits the Crusher in the nether regions, and the Crusher goes falling back into the ropes. The Destroyer now has control, trying to slow down this brutal match a bit, working on the arm of the Crusher, wearing him down, turning and turning. The Crusher writhing in pain. The Destroyer looking to set up a specialty, now pounding away at the arm, and he has it draped on the ropes, and he is pounding away on the Crusher's arm, really trying to make that arm of no use to the Crusher. Scoop slam attempt by the Destroyer. The Crusher blocks it. And the Crusher goes to a double chop to the throat, stopping the breathing apparatus of the Destroyer. Oh, that was a quick move by the Crusher. Crusher in control, continues to chop away. And now it is the Destroyer on the ropes, taking chop after chop after chop. We're almost on up to the 15-minute mark, no time limit. Crusher has control. And now he's going to try to wear down the Destroyer. Center of the ring, working on the arm. Now it's his turn to turn and twist and watch the Destroyer in agonizing pain. He continues over and over again to turn that arm over. Now he's turned into, gets the Destroyer to the knee, really working that shoulder area as he continues to try to ground the Destroyer into dust. It also gives the Crusher time to regroup, get some of that stamina back. And as he's twisting the arm, he puts the boot into the back of the Destroyer, and he continues to pound away at the lower lumbar region with his boot on the Destroyer. Now the Destroyer face first on the canvas. The Crusher again goes to the canvas, and now he continues to work that arm of the Destroyer. And he has turned that arm bar into a chokehold. He is choking away at the Destroyer. The Destroyer gets to his feet, throws a haymaker, the Crusher blocks it, and he rakes the face of the Destroyer, putting a boot into the midsection. And again, sending the Destroyer to one knee. Taking deep breaths now is the Crusher. And here he comes, the Destroyer trying to get up, and the Crusher with the closed fist starts pounding away. The crowd counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now the Crusher winds up 10. And oh, the Destroyer falls backwards. The Destroyer slowly gets up. The Crusher waiting to pounce. He scoops him up. Running power slam. Boom! The Crusher goes for the pin. Just under 17 minutes in this bout.
1.
And the Destroyer kicks out. Unbelievable back and forth action here. The Destroyer The Crusher moves toward him. The Destroyer puts a shoulder into him and now wraps him up into a headlock. A good move by the Destroyer as he's grinding away at the Crusher's head, trying to cut off that blood flow to the brain. And now the Destroyer tries to regroup here. The Crusher whips him to the ropes. The Destroyer reverses. The Crusher comes off the ropes and the Destroyer catches him in a chokehold. And he is choking away at the Crusher. And now he jams his thumb right into the throat area. He wraps him up in a headlock and he's just grinding that thumb in there. Grinding down the Crusher, the man who made Milwaukee famous, as he says. The Destroyer, European uppercut on the Crusher, snapping his head back. The Crusher goes falling back into the ropes. The Destroyer pursues his prey. And he puts the boot to the forehead, and the Crusher goes falling out of the ring. The referee does not allow pursuit, though. Again, this is a no DQ match, Mr. Referee. Crusher gets back into the ring. And now the Destroyer grabs him. 2 hands on his neck. What power by the Destroyer. He lifts the Crusher up. The Crusher's feet are dangling. The Crusher's feet are dangling. And he slams him to the canvas. As now the Destroyer has retaken control. But the Destroyer loses focus here as he plays to the crowd. The Crusher takes advantage of it. The Destroyer turns around and he's met with a right hand. Boom! And the Destroyer goes flopping to the canvas. The Destroyer gets up and the Crusher throws him out of the ring over the top rope. No DQ though, no DQ. It's a lights out match, not sanctioned by any wrestling body. They're on the outside of the ring, pounding away. The Crusher throws him into the steel post. And now the Crusher goes for the chair. He waits for the Destroyer to turn around and boom with the chair. And the Crusher flops outside the ring on the concrete. No mats outside the ring. This is an undisclosed location, lights out, no DQ match. And now the Crusher continues to use the chair on the legs and midsection of the Destroyer. The Crusher stomping away at the Destroyer, also using the chair, and somehow the referee gets the chair away from him. The Crusher pushes the referee, not happy with that, and just for good measures, he stomps on the hands of the Destroyer. Both wrestlers move back towards the ring. The Crusher aiding the Destroyer as he throws him, rolls him back into the ring. The Crusher gets through the ropes. The Destroyer slowly getting up. The Crusher grabs him. Scoop body slam. Boom to the canvas. The Crusher has taken control here as we approach the 20-minute mark of this match. The Crusher gets the Destroyer to his feet. He throws the Destroyer to the ropes. The Crusher coming off the ropes himself. Flying body press. He hooks the leg. The Crusher going for the win.
1, 2.
And the Destroyer somehow kicks out. What punishment he is taking. The Crusher has turned this around. The Destroyer was a slight favorite going into this match. The Crusher looking to measure him. The Destroyer still on his knees. Now the Destroyer gets up. A shot to the midsection. He loads up the elbow, but the Crusher counters. What a move! And it is a shot again. It's an uncorked right hand closed fist that nails the Destroyer, the masked man, on the jaw, and he stumbles back into the corner. The Crusher whips The Destroyer to the ropes, quickly pursues him. A lariat, and it sends the Destroyer out of the ring once again. The Crusher. That was a brutal clothesline. And as the Destroyer gets to his feet outside the ring, he has a slight cut near that left eye, and the blood is flowing. The white mask has turned crimson. The Destroyer's in a lot of trouble here. And again, the battle continues outside of the ring with the Crusher pummeling the Destroyer. Shots to the back of the head, and he slams the Destroyer into the post. The Crusher goes back into the ring, and so does the Destroyer. But the pummeling continues. The Crusher comes off the ropes. The Destroyer looks to outmaneuver him. They run into one another, but the Destroyer holds on, and the Destroyer starts biting away at the forehead and nose of the Crusher. To the shock of this audience, he is trying to bite off the Crusher's nose. The Destroyer's blood is now on the face of the Crusher. A knee to the midsection sends the Crusher to one knee on the canvas, and this gives the Destroyer an opportunity to use an armbar. Blood, you can see the blood on the mask and coming from the left eye of the Destroyer. He continues to work the arm. He continues to work the arm of the Crusher. 21 minutes gone by in this no time limit, no hold bars, lights out, no DQ match. The Destroyer now brings the Crusher to his feet. Leg sweep! Leg sweep takes the Crusher off his feet, and he applies a leg lock. Now he's trying to wear down the Crusher's lower regions. You take the legs away, the man can't stand. That's his strategy. He has the Crusher still on the canvas. He gets on top of him, and he is choking away. He is choking away on the Crusher, reducing more of the Crusher's stamina. This has been, and the blood still dripping from the Destroyer, now dripping in the face of the Crusher, as the Destroyer says, "Taste my blood!" The Destroyer sends the Crusher to the ropes, and boom with the right hand. Oh, he loaded that up from upstate New York, clipping the Crusher, taking him right off the feet and to the canvas. The Destroyer puts his arms in the air, says, "I've got him." The Destroyer waiting for the Crusher to get up, looking to land that samurai kick. He throws it, the Crusher counters. And the Crusher, with a drop kick, nails the Destroyer, sending him back head over heels, face first. He winds up on the canvas. The Crusher on top of the Destroyer, pounding away with closed fist, pounding. Now he grabs his tights for leverage. He's going for the pin, but again, the referee says, no. And he breaks the pin, and the Crusher is incensed, and he shoves the referee away, and he motions like he's going to hit him. Again, the Crusher's screaming, "It's a no DQ match, you dumb bastard." But this gives the Destroyer an opportunity here. Crusher slowly turns around, still in control, but the Destroyer takes advantage of the slow movement of the Crusher, and he goes towards him, but the Crusher throws him through the ropes outside the ring once again. Great job used by the Crusher, using the Destroyer's leverage as he came at him. And the Crusher throws him into the ringside barrier as the Destroyer slumps to the concrete outside of the ring. The Destroyer in a lot of trouble here. A lot of trouble. The Crusher throat chop, and now he rakes the back of the Destroyer, and again with a throat chop. The Crusher in total control now. Back in the ring they go. The Crusher sizing up the Destroyer. European uppercut. Boom! And again, down goes the Destroyer on his back. And now the Crusher to the ropes. The leg drop across the chest. The leg drop across the chest by the Crusher 25 minutes into this match. The Crusher really dealing out the damage now. Again, the Destroyer a slight favorite going into this match. The Crusher gets the Destroyer to his feet. He goes for the belly-to-belly suplex. Boom! He nails it. He turns it into a pinning attempt. The referee counts. And the Destroyer somehow kicks out. Unbelievable. This brutal match at an undisclosed location, not sanctioned by any wrestling body. Super Tournament 1, bout number 2. Crusher continues in control. As the Destroyer on his knees, the Crusher kicking away, kicking away, kicking away. And the Crusher folds over towards the canvas. To the ropes goes the Destroyer. The Crusher off the other ropes. And what a clothesline! Holy cow! Nearly decapitating the Destroyer. The Crusher raises his arms once again, sensing victory. You can see the punishment there in the red for the Destroyer. Nearly 300 punishment points, as I call them. And what does the Crusher do? As the Destroyer gets to his feet, European uppercut. To the ropes goes the Destroyer. The Crusher goes for both legs and flips him head over heels back onto the concrete outside the ring. Oh my God. How much more of this can the Destroyer take? The man from upstate New York. The Crusher throws the Destroyer out of the ring and now pursues. He pummels him. He continues to pummel him with the boot. As the Destroyer tries to regain his feet, he is only met with the bottom of the boot of the Crusher as he knocks him down over and over again. Both wrestlers back in the ring, blood still flowing from the Crusher's left eye. That white mask is red now. As the Crusher takes a breather, the Destroyer slowly moves towards the Crusher. The Crusher goes to a knee, and there's a nut shot! Oh my Lord, that's where you don't want to get hit with a European uppercut. Falling back over is the Destroyer. The Crusher goes for the pin. He's using the ropes for leverage. And again, the referee does not count. He admonishes the Crusher. The Crusher threatening to bash the bejesus out of the ref. Will this give the Destroyer time, though, to regroup? The Crusher turns, and boom! He nails the Destroyer. As the Destroyer was sneaking up behind the Crusher, big right hand again sends the Destroyer to the canvas. Destroyer up to one knee. The Crusher, with a face kick, sends him to the back. His back to the canvas, and now he stomps away at the midsection. We're coming up on the 30-minute mark of this bout. The Crusher gets on top of the Destroyer, and he's bombing away, closed fists over and over and over and over and over and over again. And now he stomps away again at the midsection. It has been all the Crusher for about 15 minutes in this match. The last 15 minutes has been total destruction for the Destroyer. The Crusher, scoop slam, boom! The Crusher goes to wrap the leg. Here's the count.
1, 2.
Oh, it is too close to the ropes. And that clever veteran, the Destroyer, just gets his leg on the ropes to stop the count. The Crusher pops up thinking he has won the bout. The referee says no. The bout continues as we approach the 30-minute mark. The Crusher turns. Oh, he's met with a kick to the midsection. A European uppercut sends the Crusher down. And now the Destroyer coming back, stomping away at the legs and ankles of the Crusher, trying to soften him up for his patented figure 4 leg lock. And now the Crusher gets to his feet, and what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and the Destroyer throws the Crusher out of the ring. Oh boy, is this going to be payback? And the Destroyer attacks the Crusher over and over again outside the ring, pounding away, looking for a chair. The Crusher tries to get to his feet, and he's met with a kick to the face. The Crusher laying against the barrier on the concrete, and the Destroyer puts a boot to his neck. The Destroyer rises the Crusher up, and he is raked eyes. And the Crusher has control. He rolls back into the ring. The Destroyer, still trying to clear his head, slowly gets in the ring. The Crusher backs away from him. Now the Crusher comes off the ropes and booyah with a big blow, staggering the Destroyer back as he goes back into the ropes. The Crusher moves in, and he puts the boot to him. The Destroyer trying to use the ropes to get up. The Crusher now kicking away at the back, the lower lumbar region of the Destroyer. The Crusher looking for his specialty move as the Destroyer slowly gets up. Yeah, he's waiting for the Destroyer to turn around here, and boom with the bolo punch! Oh my lord, he wound it up from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and what a shot he nailed! The Destroyer right on the button! He goes for the pin, he hooks the leg! It could be over! And it is! It is all over! The Crusher will advance! The match took 30 minutes and 35 seconds! What a hellacious bolo punch by the Crusher! And he will advance. He wound that thing up from South Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Would have done Kid Gavilan proud witnessing that bolo punch. He nailed the Destroyer right on the jaw. The Destroyer crumpled over backwards, limp as a noodle. The Crusher wrapped the leg, and 1, 2, 3 went the referee. And advancing to the next round of Super Tournament 1 will be the Crusher, the man who made Wisconsin famous. In his words. What a bout. The Destroyer is still lifeless on the canvas. Holy cow, what a matchup. There you have it, folks. A 3.5-star match. The fans here at this undisclosed location, they loved it. So the Crusher advances. And let's see what our next match will be in the near future. So the Crusher advances on the bolo punch and the pin. Okay, save match text. Let's make sure we do this right. And now, so our next match, the Crusher has advanced. I don't know why it's not showing that. And our next match could be an epic one. Hulk Hogan versus Dusty Rhodes. All right, we've saved it. I want to show you the next match. We've kind of showed it, but I want to show you the Crusher advancing. Okay, it's not showing. We've already finished this match. Let's go to start a new singles match. Cancel that. Now let's go back to play tournament. Why is it not showing the Crusher advancing? Cancel. Well, the Crusher is victorious with the Bolo Punch. He will advance in the match. Our next matchup, Hulk Hogan and Dusty Rhodes from another undisclosed location, as Super Tournament 1 will continue. I'd like to thank Andrew McDonald, Main Event, and ID Gesture. I hope you enjoyed some Saturday wrestling. Till next time, health and happiness. Stay safe, be smart. God bless. You know what's coming, folks. Peace!